YouTube's plan to clean up the mess that made it rich. Yes, folks, it is I, the Hellgear, reading off this wonderful little thing for you guys. Figured I'd read about it, and then I'd talk about this wonderful deal. So, hopefully, you'll bear with me as I do all the voodoo that I do as it do. Extremist propaganda, dangerous hoaxes, videos of tasered rats. The company's having its worst year ever, except financially. Sujin, what? Ooh, God, that last name. Wajciki? I am so sorry if I butchered your last name. That's a name, man. Okay. She's the chief exec of YouTube, was in a meeting on the second floor of her company's headquarters in San Bruno, California, when she heard the first gunshot. Oh, okay, so we're talking about old girl that shot up the company. La la la. Let's move on. Okay. At a press conference the following day, April 4th, the San Bruno police confirmed that the suspect shooter was Nassim Agdam. Yeah, Agdam. 39, an enigmatic social media personality from San Diego. She acted alone, wounding a handful of passersby, then taking her own life. Prior to the rampage, Ogden posted hundreds of videos on YouTube holding forth on the subject such as veganism, bodybuilding, and animal rights. According to police, she'd grown engaged with YouTube, which she said was intentionally limiting the reach of her work and her ability to profit from her. We will come together and heal as a family, Wajciki wrote on Twitter. Okay, look, that's one of those ladies who, remember that video I talked about with the 1,000, 4,000? She didn't meet these requirements. That's what they're not telling you. Alrighty. Incident was tragic and awful in all ways that have become a depressing American routine. Ain't depressing. It also put an exclamation point on a dreadful stretch for YouTube, which has lurched from crisis to crisis over the past year. While Trump has in one way or another kept Facebook and Twitter in the headlines, and not in the good time, YouTube has struggled to contain the fallout from darker impulses of its vast, decentralized, creative community. I wonder why. Somehow, things keep getting worse. PewDiePie, a Swedish comedian and top YouTube personality. PewDiePie is a Swede? I did not know that. Damn. Amazing. I didn't think he was Swedish. I figured he'd be somewhere in Europe, but Sweden? I didn't know that. Okay. Made an off-color joke about Nazis. The Times of London reported that many mainstream brands were unwittingly funding white supremacists and Islamic extremists by advertising alongside their videos. The Manchester bomber reportedly used a how-to clip from YouTube to make his deadly explosive. I should have put a viewer discretion on this, but this is news, you guys. Okay. Hopefully from here on, things won't be as drastic as I read off this headline. I'll be sure to link to this headline in the description below the video as well, so you guys can read up on this yourself in case you're, we're going to pass this along because, not too many people read the news. They don't. Where are we going? Hit this. A series of investigations showed how the company's algorithms were serving up a bizarre, grotesque video to young children. After several mass shootings, conspiracy theorists flooded YouTube with videos falsely claiming that gun control activists had staged the massacres. Parents of children killed at Sandy Hook Elementary School filed a defamation lawsuit against Alex Jones, whose show InfoWars was a major presence on YouTube with 2.3 million subs. If I could ever get those numbers, man. And of course, there's the case of Logan Paul. Oh yeah, we know about this dude. In December, while visiting Japan, Paul posted a video showing a dead body he and his buddies discovered in a forest known for suicides. During the resulting backlash, Paul apologized for his insensitivity. A few days later, he posted a video which he tasers dead rats. No rat comes into my house without getting tased, he said. I hate rats. What is wrong with these guys? What is wrong with you guys? Seriously, what is wrong with you guys? For years, YouTube has bragged to marketers that its laissez-faire attitude towards video creators was a feature, not a bug. The company was pioneering a form of mass entertainment, more democratic, diverse, authenticated than traditional TV. Its argument went because it was unaffected by producers, network execs, or regulators. Yeah, where did those days go when it wasn't regulated? Its legions of creators fly around the internet with minimal guidance or oversight. Here are the keys to the jumbo jet, kid. Knock yourself out. The ensuing string of crashes has grown difficult for its 1.5 billion monthly users to ignore. It's like a Las Vegas casino saying, wow, we can't believe people are spending 36 hours in a casino. It's designed like that. Of course it's designed like that. Creators and advertisers may grumble about YouTube's imperfect editorial policies and woeful communication, but few comparable venues reach such a massive audience of youngsters. As a result, YouTube's a no-good, messy, horrifying year has also likely been massively lucrative for its parent company, Google. That's right, you guys. YouTube is a company of Google. And YouTube is also the #1 search engine in the entire world. So far, YouTube has been able to avoid political fallout than its fellow internet titans, partly because politicians and media scolds don't watch it as closely. The site skews younger than Facebook, the social network that actively helped the Trump campaign target ads, or Twitter, the president's biggest platform, because he's a social media guy, and always has been. And because YouTube doesn't look like social media, it's tougher to recognize how its most horrifying videos spread. You probably heard about them on Facebook or Twitter. In the fall, when Facebook, Twitter, and Google sent lawyers instead of execs to testify before Congress about Russian meddling in the presidential election, Team Google repeatedly stressed that YouTube and its other properties aren't really social networks and therefore can't fall prey to the worst of the internet's trolls, bots, or propagandists. Of course not. It's a search engine. YouTube is a search engine. No matter how much you slice the pie, it is a search engine. Sorry for the wonky camera action here. I'm holding the camera in one hand. Much like Facebook and Twitter, however, YouTube has long prioritized growth over safety. Henny Farad, senior advisor to the Counter-Extremist Project, which works with internet companies to stamp out child porn and terrorist messaging, says that of the companies he works with, quote, Google is the least receptive, end quote. With each safety mishap, he says, YouTube acts freshly shocked. It was like a Vegas casino saying, wow, we can't believe that they're spending 36 hours in a casino. It's designed like that. Of course not. People, let me just be real with you guys. Myself included, and probably a lot of other people who go to YouTube, they watch their subscribers, the people, various videos, and it helps them unwind from their day. So spending 36 hours or watching a YouTuber who has a particular playlist of something you like and binge watching it, and even in some cases falling asleep to it, that's the norm. That is the norm. That's not how YouTube or Google see things. Oh, Jesus, I wrapped it around. Over the past year, YouTube has made the most sweeping changes since its early days, removing videos it deemed inappropriate and stripping away the advertising from others. But to date, both the video sharing service and its corporate parent have struggled to articulate how their plan will make things better. Yeah, they mentioned that with the 1,000, 4,000, how they're trying to make things better and how they... Oh, Jesus. Let me get my train of thought back here. How they were trying to improve on monetization for YouTubers and their videos. Alrighty then. Only recently, as Washington has edged closer to training its regulatory eye on Silicon Valley, did YouTube execs agree to walk Bloomberg Business Week through its proposed fixes and explain how the site got to this point. Conversations with more than a dozen people at YouTube, some of whom asked not to be ID'd while discussing sensitive internal matters, reveal a company still grappling to reach a balance between contributors' freedom of expression and society's need to protect itself. We don't need to see that. Oh, Jesus, they always do that. The world has become a lot less stable and more polarized, says Robert Kinkle, YouTube's chief business officer. Because of that, our responsibility is much greater. In interviews at San Bruno Complex, YouTube execs often resort to a civic metaphor. YouTube is like a small town that's grown so large so fast that its municipal systems, zoning laws, courts, and sanction crews, if you will, have failed to keep pace. We've gone from being the small village to being a city that requires proper infrastructure, Kinkle says. That's what we've been building. And you're going to keep building it. But minimal infrastructure was a conscious choice, according to Hunter Walk, who ran YouTube's product team from 2007 to 2011. When the markets tanked in 2008, Google tightened YouTube's budgets and took staffers off community safety efforts, such as patrolling YouTube's notorious comments section, in favor of projects with better revenue potential. Because it's a business, you guys. For me, that's YouTube's original sin, Walk says. Trust and safety has always been a top priority. This was true 10 years ago, and it remains true today, YouTube said in an emailed statement. As oversight dwindled, the amount of material posted on the tube doubled in 2 years. By 2010, 24 hours of video were being uploaded every minute. That's like 450 hours per minute. That's a lot of video. But then again, remember folks, #1 search engine in the world. Suddenly, YouTube needed a better system to help viewers navigate the deluge. Something that would keep them from feeling overwhelmed and wandering back to the comfort of their TVs, or their mobile devices, or their touchpads on their Wii U's. In 2010, YouTube hired French programmer, Jesus. Wow, I'm not even going to butcher that name, who soon began developing algorithms that could better match views with videos that could keep them watching. Eventually, YouTube engineers found a simple winning formula. When a viewer finished a video, the site immediately recommended another on a similar topic with a comparable sensibility. Cheslow, Mr. Cheslow, because this is French, says the team learned it could increase engagement and hit ad goals by bumping up videos with a proven record of keeping viewers watching. And that right there, folks, is how you survive on YouTube. Make videos with a proven record of keeping viewers watching. Over time, Cheslow saw adverse effects. Garbage often floated to the top. Rants by both flat earthers and Holocaust deniers did well. If you watch one video starring a wild-eyed conspiracy theorist, the algorithm would feed you another and another and another, and on it went down a rabbit hole of untruth. You come into that filter bubble, but you have no way out, says Cheslow, who left the company in 2013 and now runs a project called Algo Transparency. There's no interest for YouTube to find one. Interesting. Interesting. And I am holding the camera too damn low. Despite YouTube's rapid growth, advertisers stayed wary of the website and didn't generate much revenue until 2010. When Kinkle arrived from Netflix Incorporated over the next several years, he turned YouTube's amateur creator base from a weakness to a strength. Interesting. Netflix is involved now. Netflix had to spend hundreds of millions of dollars to keep licensed TV shows and movies, but YouTube's users offered a bottomless reservoir of content for free, which is why they push the copyrights on certain movies so hard now. Kinkle set about identifying the most popular personalities and turning them into marketable stars. In 2011, YouTube tweaked the rules so more creators could make money from ads that its algorithm automatically packaged with their videos. A year later, it opened a studio in Los Angeles so some of the best amateurs could use high-end production equipment. Very nice. YouTube also did some advertising of its own, plastering the faces of its rising stars on billboards in major cities. Yeah, kind of like Markiplier going on tour. More and more, YouTube was starting to convince advertisers it had become the new TV. Kinkle said much on stage at Madison Square in 2015 during the company's annual broadcast, at which executives showed new YouTube programming in front of the world's top advertisers. Google doesn't release financial numbers, but analysts at Morgan Stanley estimate the service's revenue will top $22 billion in 2019. Woo! That's a lot of money. Unlike with traditional TV, where very little goes in on the air unlawyered, top creators can achieve cultural sway without telling anyone at YouTube where they're going, who they're filming, or what they might be tasing, all of which under U.S. law protected YouTube from liability for damages stemmed from the videos it distributed, which is why people don't get sued so much. It also left YouTube in a reactive position. Whenever controversies ignited, execs could do little but try to douse the flames of unbrave long after they had spread, and that bare-bones bucket brigade stood no chance of meeting the challenges of the Trump era. Though the string of YouTube fiascos, one thing has been constant. The company has struggled to explain its decisions. It took several days, for example, to come up with a punishment for Logan Paul's Japanese forest video. You know, the one where he found the dead bodies. Various YouTube contributors lambasted the company for taking too long to respond. When the nature of the content is that sensitive and the video is trending, you expect YouTube to be more on top of their game, says Aditi Rajvanshi, a former YouTube employee who now consults for YouTube stars. Kinkle says avoiding a snap judgment should be seen as evidence of YouTube's attentiveness to editorial concerns, not as dereliction of duty. Ooh, wow. The deliberations over how to handle Paul were complex and protracted, he says, because the company didn't consider that video star beyond redemption. He included a message for a suicide prevention hotline, for instance, and chose not to register the video for ads, which means any money he got off of that was from likes. We hear feedback on both sides, people criticizing us for not doing enough and others feeling like we've gone too far, says Director of Public Policy Juniper Downs. Behind the scenes, I'm going too low again. Behind the scenes, YouTube execs acknowledged that their infrastructure challenge megacity needed a massive police presence. They stopped Holocaust denial videos from popping up in a recommendation feature. In March, YouTube reached off to BuzzFeed CEO Jonah Peretti for ideas, according to a person with knowledge of the exchange. Meanwhile, President of CEO Wojcicki went on a listening tour, reassuring nervous advertisers she met with top buyers at a marketing conference in late last year, and the Consumer Electronics Show in January. At some client meetings, YouTube brought along staffers from its content and software team to ask how traditional TV standards departments work, says Susan Scheikofer, head of digital trading for media buyer Group M. In December, Wojcicki said in a company blog that that YouTube and Google would appoint as many as 10,000 people to help cut the spread of misinformation and abusive content. Yeah, 25% hike in moderate staffing. YouTube also pledged that a human moderator would review every video in its Google Preferred program for advertisers before any ads was watched, which is the reason why you have some ads that give you the green sign or the yellow sign, where it may not be suitable for all viewers. Okay, that makes sense. The goal was to reduce the risk, for example, a serial ad running alongside a beheading video, like I just said. The problem has persisted in the months since then, however, in part because of an institutional disconnect. The staff that monitors YouTube's content is separate from Google's team that oversees the ads. Interesting. Knowledge is power, folks. In recent months, Mark Pritchard, the top marketer at Procter & Gamble and a prominent Google critic, has met with Wojcicki multiple times. You went to a large galaxy that was beyond what anyone else had ever seen, Pritchard recalls telling her at one point, and I don't think you realize the impact you've had. We want to be on the right side of history, Wojcicki assured him. YouTube's growing ranks of moderators now scan the worst videos online. Torture, bombs, porn. Yes, we can still do porn on YouTube, apparently. Mods are discouraged from working for more than 2 hours at a time. Okay, typical 8-hour job deal. 2 hours break, 2 hours lunch, 2 hours break, 2 hours home. A psychologist is on call and group therapy sessions are available. Nice. Them benefits, man. Some mods are contract workers in the Philippines. Oh, Lord. Some, like those on Raul Gomez's team, work out of San Bruno. Weeks before the AdGam shooting, Gomez walked Bloomberg Business Week reporters through a scenario involving anger direction at his co-workers. Gomez isn't his real name, he insisted on a pseudonym because people in his line of work often face death threats. Nobody likes it when his video is taken down. The psychologically disturbed, even less so. The inside office named Gangnam Style. Oh, Lord. Sigh. Gomez projected a video on the wall. La 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 la. The clip was first posted last summer, soon after a Google engineer was fired for writing an inflammatory internal memo about gender imbalances in tech. Afterward, apologetic right-wing commentators accused Google of discriminating against conservatives. The clip, produced by a popular right-wing media outlet, opened with a jaunty young woman directing viewers to her laptop, where she pulled up Twitter pages of several Google employees. She scoured through their posts, reading aloud certain passages while ridiculing the named individuals as dim-witted liberals. Oh boy. With a grimace, Gomez said that while it may be unpleasant to see colleagues singled out for public mockery, the video didn't violate YouTube's harassment policy. Of course not. The performer didn't exhort her views to violence, and if the video were taken down, YouTube would likely face another round of censorship allegations at Breitbart News or the Drudge Report. Not unlike Silicon Valley peers, the YouTube execs remain convinced that the long-term solution isn't old-timey Homo sapiens, but tech. During the service's early days, it was rife with pirated videos. Oh God, it was. Uploaded and shared without copyright owners' consent. Eventually, YouTube built an automated system to weed out copyright violations. The idea is that someday humans will be able to train the machines in a similar manner to sniff out misinformation, smut, and abuse. They've already made some progress. After October's mass shooting in Vegas, YouTube engineers adjusted the algorithms so they recommended more content only from sources the company deemed authoritative. Yeah, we're going to move up from the weed leaf there. Finding the right people to help this refinement process is proving to be a challenge. For months, YouTube has been trying to hire someone who can clearly define its internal policies and messaging about what makes a video publishable. As of mid-April, the position remains vacant. Wow. All right then. Let's wrap this up because we don't need to see any more of that. And I'll just say my piece on the matter. Obviously, YouTube, you got a lot of cleaning up to do. We know that. you know. In light of all the hellish situations within the past year and whatnot, one thing has still remained the same. Algorithms are constantly being changed. You are actually improving how to make things safer for young viewers. And of course, you're making it so that, how do I say this properly? Oh, right. Freedom of expression isn't a compromised deal for all YouTubers. Now, I'll be real with you guys, and I mean this honestly, okay? I will be real with you guys, and again, I mean this honestly. Repetition is a form of memory, in case anybody was wondering. When everything is said and done, you as a content creator have to know how to properly run your show. You got to know what to run on your ship. You have to make sure that the content you provide to your viewers and to your subscribers, current and future, you have to understand that everything is being watched, viewed, and even scrutinized. Keep this in mind, not only to the YouTube content creators of today, but of yesterday and even tomorrow. You want to be able to run a show that's entertaining, not just to yourself, but also to your viewers. With that being said, show your love, hit the like button if you've enjoyed this little take of mine. Again, I will link to this article in the description below, and also share your views on this matter. But for now, I take my goose from the oven because I'm done. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.